and welcome to the Soul Logistic Radio Show, Monday Morning Quarterback. I'm your host, Doug Evans, the unknown icon. A few people call me Hannibal Smith. Got the Minister of Information, the straw that stirs the drink with his fresh Cleveland Brown jersey on. Fat Tommy, what's popping, man?
What's going on, Doug? Like, we both had a bad weekend this weekend. I mean, I cannot believe just the losses. I can't believe that Atlanta went in there and let Miami beat them.
Well, their quarterback was hurt, so I had Miami winning that game. I really did. Atlanta quarterback was hurt, so I did have Miami winning that game.
I thought Miami could have beat them with no quarterback. I mean, I thought Atlanta could have beat them with no quarterback. So what about those Steelers, man?
Man, that defense is horrible. It's horrible. And, I really want to talk to the Steelers fans, man, because when I still talk to the Steelers fans, they act like if you get rid of Mike Tomlin, he's going to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, it's almost, man, I can't take it no more, yo.
You know what they should do? Cleveland should trade their entire offense for the Steelers defense and Tomlin. We'll take Tomlin and your defense. I mean, your offense. We'll take Tomlin and Rodgers, bring them on over there. We can let Shador back up Rodgers. And by next year, we'll be in the Super Bowl.
Man, I just don't know why I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I have no words. I do know what we should have done. Like I said, we should have kept George Pickens for one. And I think 5 years, Mike Tomlin been our coach too long.
No, well, Mike Tomlin's not going nowhere. You can forget about that.
I know, right?
They haven't fired Cleveland's coach, Miami's coach. Look, Miami's coach.
Yeah, but you know what? I would say with you guys, Myers Garrett, he's getting sick of it. The players are getting sick of it.
Well, that's why I know they're going to play Shador, man. First of all, Dylan
Gabriel
has gotten worse each game. He went from a 63 passer rating to a 58 passer rating to a 42 to now a whopping 36% passer rating. So therefore, you can't tell me, listen, this is what none of the pundits want to say out loud. Because I'm 60 years old and because I went to Chesterfield County schools, I've seen this before. This is a place where black swag, hip hop flavor is got this one white man who is so offended that he's going to play a person that the whole world. It's not just me. I know they used to say I was a Shadorian. It's not just me. I'm watching Cleveland radio. You got everybody in Cleveland. You got people saying now, I bet you he can't be as bad as Dylan Gabriel. Like Dylan Gabriel threw intentional grounding from the end zone. We're now giving the other team points, okay? We're just giving the other team points. And listen, the reason why I know is that racist energy is because he's not good. No one in college said he was good. He was not picked on no one last year. Remember, I watched all the college games. I watched 3 days of the draft. No one even mentioned Dylan Gabriel. And then all of this supercomputer stuff that he's supposed to have processing speed and he's not ready. He played more college games. He's got like 100 college games. He played for 6 years in college. You can't get no rating that.
Do you think it's a thing where, when somebody in charge, we're going to do it my way. We're going down with the ship. You know what I mean? You think it's
That's that exactly. You know
this
how
is my guy and I'm going down with him.
You know how you get the white guy who just is not going to play the best black kid in the school just because he got an afro, he wearing jewelry when the coach say, no necklaces. And, he show up. He got one little choker. This is the 80s. They got one little choke chain. You can't even see it. And he's saying, I'm not playing him for
He don't like his confidence. So what do you think about the Jets owner come out and do that to Justin Fields, man, before Justin Fields go out there?
He should say that. Anybody that cries during their press conference. Did you see Justin Fields' press conference breaking down in tears? I said, you know what that's like? Let me see. You work at Walmart, right? At the distribution center. The man call you in the office and put you in front of everybody, and you say, I'm going through it. it's every no one can cry at work.
Like when it didn't
It's
happen to me,
everyone.
but it didn't happen to me. But some people that like you get busted for drugs, if you cry and say I'm trying to get help, that usually help you. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't cry and say he was trying to get help. He wasn't on there saying I took too many opioids yesterday. He was on there saying,
Hey, look, hey, but you know, Justin Fields is real positive. He he a God fearing guy that's saying positive things. I'm starting to believe why it's a little hate for the positive guys around the league.
well, what I noticed, but I would say for Justin Fields and Shador, both of them, what they need to do is go get in trouble, maybe shoot somebody, because it seemed to me dudes that get caught with guns, people that accidentally shoot somebody, people that wreck their cars, they seem to get all the attention and play. We got guys that have no problems, graduated with honors, saying all the right things, and they
Right.
are getting humiliated. And you know what it is? First, for Justin Fields, for real, I don't think he's been developed. He's never transitioned. He's had terrible offensive core everywhere he's went. He hasn't had the right person.
They say he don't process information quick enough.
Man, that's what they say about Shooter. Listen, that to me is exactly how they used to all listen. There's a dude. Oh man, I had wrote his name down. I don't have it in front of me now. He played football in 1968, right? In 1968, he was on Denver's team. Black guy. Both their quarterbacks was out. In the game, they had nothing to do. They put in this black dude who had played quarterback. Because remember back in the day, it was a lot of black quarterbacks, but they move you to wide receiver, move you
Running
right.
back,
So they moved
defensive
him.
end,
They
defensive
moved
back.
him
Yeah.
to a different position. They had to put him in. He had an amazing game. They couldn't take him out. He played the rest of the season. They had a winning season. Started the next season, he came to training camp. They said, you're not in the running. And he's like, what? I had an amazing season. And it just goes back to they don't like successful. It's really a good old boys clique. They don't like
Um, uh,
successful,
Joe
confident.
Gilliam, Joe Gilliam from Pittsburgh. Before it was Terry Bradshaw, was the black quarterback. Joe Gilliam from Pittsburgh.
And what they always say is this: the things that we can't prove. He can't read the the defense. He can't process. I don't never believe white people when they tell me that. That's like saying, listen, I said this at the beginning of the year. I'll say it now. You telling me, didn't Justin Fields go to Ohio State? You telling me that these players, him and
Right.
Shador, they've been starting quarterbacks since knee high to a fly. And you telling me now, all of a sudden, they forgot how to read defenses? They've been reading them their whole life. It's like saying LeBron ain't gonna be
So
able.
so so what's Tua problem? So let's throw Tua. Let's throw Tua in the mix too. What's
Well, I
Tua
can tell
problem?
you what Tua's problem is. They should have never let him back in the league. Remember, I told you that we did a whole thing on has he been hit in the head too many times? The answer is yes. He's been hit in the head too many times. The
Okay.
promise that you saw in him is now gone. It's gone because look, this is what happens. Me and you, we get to fighting and we fight every week. And I beat you one week, you beat me the next week. Well, one day you come in and really beat me up, right? I still got the mentality where I think I can fight you. I don't have the skills. Like it's not getting from my brain down to my hands quick enough. So
Yeah,
now,
your brain saying put your damn, but bam,
right,
bam, bam, bam.
exactly. That's where he's at. Like he still think he can play. He can't play no more. It's time. I knew it last year. When you said, should they put him out? I said, yes, he's had two. Like, if you get 4 concussions in a row, 3 in one season, it's time that the NFL,
And
everybody has to say,
and and why he don't have one of them those things on his helmet like some of the guys got? Why he don't have one of those on?
I can't tell you. All I
Anyway, let's move on. I'm thinking the MVP right now is Taylor from the Colts. This brother is no joke. Also, let me ask you, who you got in the AFC East? The Patriots or the Bills? Who you got, yo?
man, um,
Because some Patriots looking
I'm
some type
going
of
with New England because New England reminds me of like a North Carolina basketball team. Like they don't have a superstar, they have a good team. The superstar is the team working together.
That's true.
They are playing
That's a good take.
as a team, and they don't have a standout player. What they have is everybody coming and doing their job because they don't have a Miles Garrett, because they don't have Patrick Mahomes on offense. What they do is everybody says, "Look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in and play our parts," and everybody's playing their role to not even a super level. That's what proves to me that one, you don't have to be great. All you have to do is be good and be together. Unity in the community. That's what they have. And so they figured out that the unity is allowing them to win. And that's why can't nobody scheme against them. No one knows what to do because it's not like we're gonna rush the
You
quarterback.
trying to? It's not like you. It's not like let's take this one wide receiver
Right.
away.
Let's
Right.
stop the run. We can't do none of that because everybody's playing.
So who you got? You going with Patriots or Buffalo? Who you going?
I'm going with New England.
Okay. Okay.
Plus,
Hey, did
hey,
you get
I'm
a
from
chance to check out the battle, the versus battle?
you got to keep in mind too, I'm from Connecticut, which is New England.
Hey, you check out the versus battle? Cash Money versus No Limit. Did you check that out?
Absolutely not. I did not. I'm not a big. First of all, I wasn't big on No Limit, but I did like two masterpiece songs. Cash Money, like really. I would have rather seen him go up against Young Money. It would have been the battle would have been destroyed if he'd have went against Young Money. But them two, I can see how it could probably for the South, it should have made a lot of people like Manny Fresh, and they probably, I'm assuming it did good. I'm gonna probably go and watch the highlights like the kids do.
Yeah, I was thumbing through it. I was watching. I'm like you. I'm not a big fan of all their music. Lil Wayne's not there. Turk's not there. You know, my ex did a wonderful job. So for what I saw, No Limit did pretty. They had a lot of energy.
Nah. Well, he had some. No Limit had some big records. Like their big records were really big. But wait a minute, the Hot Boys was
But
hot.
all the hot boys wasn't there. That's the problem.
But that was the problem during the show. Remember, Turk was on heroin. You could never get him to come to the show. So, what I will say though is from my OGs, my old heads, I really got. I done did a third visit with the Kwame album, and I'm here to tell you that that's a real album. Kwame really did something special.
Hey, listen.
The Clips did something special. Let God Sort It Out. We got a bunch of albums that rappers from the '90s put together.
Hey, listen. Eric Sermon got an album coming. Dynamic Duels.
Yes.
He just sent me Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac song.
With AI, or is actually them?
It sounds like an old verse.
Okay.
But how he mixed it, I might send it to you when we get off the air. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
Make sure you check out the Solar Just Radio Show Saturday 6 p.m. on 91.3 WVSC. I'm gonna play it this Saturday.
Man, I listened this week and it was awesome. You did a heck of a job for homecoming. I know all the people that was in town for homecoming was loving it.
The homecoming house party.
The homecoming house party. Look, my wife was even complimenting how good it was. She said you kind of lost her on the Usher record. I said, Usher, you know what it is? I said, Chris Brown been in the game so long that he's kind of like tweaked my ears, because I remember when I thought Usher was the greatest. I was like, there's no one beats Usher. And then Chris Brown been doing it so long. I'm going to tell you, there's no artist in this whole 2000s that's better than Chris Breezy. There ain't one. You could probably try to say Drake, but he older than Drake. You could probably say Beyonce, but he was out solo before he was in Destiny's Child. But he's been out solo longer and crushed the game. Because now, listen, people are looking at Beyonce as if she's an OG now. They still looking at Chris like he a kid.
They do. You're right.
Chris is still in the mix. Virginia's finest, man.
I would say this. Everyone that been to that concert has said, listen, that's the best concert they've been to. My daughter said she was going again. I said, you gonna go twice? Yes. Everybody I know that been to that concert said that was one of the
I saw it online. You know what they said? They didn't know he had 4 hours of hits. They said the show was like 3.5 hours, nothing but hits. I said, you know what? You got to put him up there with the greats. If you got 3 hours of hits, like, and then people come out there talking about, watch, I bet you if you call Jasmine, she gonna say, I wish he would have played this. Like, he played 3 hours of hits. How can
Right.
and then they still saying if he'd only played deuces, or if he, I wish he would have played this song. There's still music that he's not fitting in. They saying that people told me they was at the show, they was tired watching him because he
Wow.
dancing, he doing, look, he always could dance. He always could sing. And remember when he put out the rap and the little rap verse, and I said, shoot, he better than half the rappers out there.
Hey, I always thought that the R&B cat should have made a rap album. I thought it should have been Chris Brown, Trey Songz, and like Ryan Leslie should have formed a group and made a
A
rap
super
album.
group
It'd been
made a
better
rap
than a
album.
lot of these rappers.
I think so because Chris can actually rap. I bet you Trey could rap. So yeah, I think yeah, I think it would have been dope.
Hey, make sure y'all come out November 8th, the second
Veterans
annual
Day.
Petersburg Veterans Day celebration. Big Daddy Kane is coming to town. Y'all want to miss that? The Civic Center, hosted by yours truly. It's going to be crazy. 4 p.m., free admission. Man, how many free joints we giving away? Man, y'all need to come on out. Also, Fat Tom, I got to get your take on this. The NBA gambling scandal. Man, what do you think about Chauncey Billups and them cats?
Man, listen.
Hey, let me first say this before you get into this. When we gonna see pictures of the mob people they talk about?
I was getting ready to say,
I
here
knew
we
you
go.
was going there.
Puff Daddy #2. Listen, they come up with all these crimes that Chauncey Billups and them. Listen, Chauncey Billups does not know how to make an X-ray machine that reads the cards. Okay, him nor Tony Rozier that plays for Miami, they ain't do that. They don't know nothing about that. I find it hard to believe. Well, let me just say this about the whole situation. I applaud what Kenny Anderson said because every time we have some kind of issue, they try and throw black people under the bus. Kenny Anderson said, hey, we got to keep in mind that gambling is an addiction. Then you got Shaq who said, I'm going to remain neutral because Chauncey is a friend of mine. Then we got Uncle Tom Barkley who talking about they just stupid. They're not just stupid. We don't know what the situation is. I'm not saying this is true or false, but imagine if somebody just grabbed their kid and said, do this. Or imagine if you was in a position where you had no way out, your kid needed medicine, whatever. You did it one time. You know, once the mob gets you one time, there's no going back. They hold you and they extort you.
And like you said, it's the mob. Hey, you know who I got much respect for and much love for? Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown. He said when they implement all this gambling, they didn't think about how it's going to affect the players. Think about, he said, like, don't bet on me. Imagine somebody betting big money, the mob betting big money on you. You don't know what, like you said, you don't know what type of calls they're getting. Like, listen, bro, you better hit 20 tonight. You know
what they've been doing is they bet the under. So Doug Evans is good for 96 assists a game, and they say, Doug, check out the first game, bro. Check out the first quarter. You play the first quarter, and listen, either sit down or we're gonna sit your kids down. Now we ain't asking you to cheat. We're not even asking you to lose.
just sit down.
We're saying is sit down.
Just tweak your ankle a little bit.
Tweak your ankle, sit the game, sit the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter out. And so now you thinking they got my kids, they got whatever leverage they got on you. You not throwing the game, you just not playing. You know what I'm saying? It is 10 other guys on the team, so you're not affecting the outcome. And a lot of times they're not asking players to throw the game; they're asking them to meet or lose the point spread. Because look, remember
it should have just got involved with gambling altogether. Why would you do that anyway, right?
Well, they had, remember, now if we talk about scandals, the Black Sox, the White Sox, I don't like calling them the Black Sox, but the Black Sox was the gambling where they threw the whole team through it. Then you had the college joint from New York in the 50s, and then you had the UNLV running Rebels. So none of this is brand new. They've been messing with game. What they saying now, what Adam Silver said, is we have to really think about what we allow them to bet on, because you allow them to say Doug is going to make 6 assists or more. So then that's something that Doug really can control. Think about it. You can just start passing the ball.
Right. Prop bets. Yeah.
So they saying that's the real part, because you got players that's easily affected by a player. And let's not forget this. It's a whole ESPN special on the referees. Remember, Allen Iverson made one of them mad? We're not giving them no calls. We go every up. Allen carry, 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 carry. So if you can affect the game, listen, which we know we can. Now that we know that game, every sport, it's not bad, not just basketball, it's been in baseball, football, and now basketball. So every sport has been tainted with fixing the games. Anytime there is money in the equation, there is corruption. I don't
Right.
care what we're talking about. Look at the politics. They say we can't even get in voting right.
And right. And listen, I was telling my wife the other day, these big businesses and my homeboy, they never leave something up to chance. You know how black folks, we'll pray about something. I'm gonna
Yeah, we
pray it
pray.
works.
Like they ain't praying, they fixing.
Right. Exactly. They don't leave nothing to chance. If you think that they like when we betting on FanDuel that everybody's playing the same game, you're crazy.
Listen, I was on the road, me and Steve Branch. We was doing D'Angelo after parties after the Voodoo joint, right? We up and down the East Coast. We rode from St. Louis to Virginia to Atlanta, from Atlanta to DC to Philly to New York. That was our route. All the way there, Steve was telling me he had a plug from a ref that was in with the mob and they could get the games. And they would call him up and say, take the under tonight. And he would take it, and I'm watching him all the way up the road winning the games. I'm like, whoa. So that's when I said I was done with sports because I didn't watch them fix I have seen in real time somebody get information about betting that was good. Now, here's what happened on that trip because it was like a 15 days we was on the road. The last day, dude told him, this is the last one we're going to get, so put everything in. I asked Steve what I said. I said, Steve, I cut my losses and go with the win and say I won. Steve was like, man, he said it's the last one. The last one, everybody put it all in. They lost the bet. So they went like he might have won no less than $50,000 on our 15-day. I mean, he was gambling 5,000, 5,000. He put all of it in. Just like the dude with the 3-card molly. Oh, I got him on the run. I done won 3.
Wow.
Then you throw everything in and you lose. And that's what happened to him.
That's
I said,
crazy.
the mob raked the money in. What they did was gave you a taste, set you up and raked it off the table. My point is this.
Like my mother would say, fatten you up for the kill.
Yes. The point is this, that it's always bigger than the 2 black people they show us. Like, that's why I call this the Puffy joint. Because Puffy, first of all, the federal government leaked evidence, never charged him with domestic violence, leaked a domestic violence tape to get all us riled up about him, and then charged him with something that they couldn't prove. And literally, we didn't get to see it on TV. We should have got to see the trial on TV. But the things that they charged him for was unprovable. And here it is now. We got this big sex scam going on between Epstein and stuff, and it always comes back to the black guy. So now we got this big gambling ring that we didn't prove been going on in sports forever. And I want to see the John Gotti.
Right. That's
Where's
what I
John Gotti, Sammy the Bull? Where they at? Because you showed me Chauncey Billups, man. Chauncey, that's who you showed me.
Hey, when you watch him walk out the courtroom, you can see on his face that he's like, like you done got the bottom of the barrel of this, man. Come on, bro.
You know what that's like? That's really that's really like saying you got a major drug bust and all you did was pull up at the Acres and grab 5 dudes standing on the corner and 4 of them had drugs on them. So this is a major drug bust. Man, y'all just ran up on 5 kids that was outside, just got checks, and they're about to smoke something.
Right.
That's what they just did because they ain't got nobody big. They for a 2-year investigation, they said this, or a 3-year investigation, y'all done brought out Chauncey Billups. Like, if you did a 3-year investigation, I need to see 50 mob bosses over 10 states. Right. Y'all raided Puff's house, 3 houses at one time with the army. It was the whole National Guard in front of Diddy's house. You picked up these dudes. You could have called Chauncey. Chauncey, we got you on tape. Come on down, bro. You don't even got to go to his house and get him. You could have just made a polite call. After the game, if you don't mind, would you run by the federal?
Yeah, come on down to the station, man.
Yeah, turn yourself in. So, again, I don't believe it. I believe that as we get more propaganda, it's always them making us look bad and us being the fall guy. That's what it is. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't believe I'm thinking, especially because they got Charles Barkley to run.
Because you know plenty of people got little poker night,
Well,
play
Shaq
poker.
said, you heard what Shaq said? Shaq said, I'm a homeboy gambler. Now, he said, I don't know nothing about poker, but he said, I play blackjack and tunk for $5 and $10. You know, even if Shaq played, let's say Shaq played blackjack with me and you and Allen Iverson for $50,000. Because we all in the league, right? We done made $100 million over our career. What's the big deal if we bet 50,000? It's like me and you on FanDuel. What I never put more than $20 on FanDuel. I got my little $5 bet in for the Browns to go to the Super
And
Bowl.
look,
Right?
hey, Fat Tommy, don't you get mad when even the $5 don't hit?
Man, look, I'm waiting. I want them to start Shador because we still got a chance to make it to the playoffs. My $5 will be $1,200 if we make the playoffs.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
saying, yo, we
Hey,
got a chance.
Hey, speaking about the whole gambling situation, remember what happened to like Michael Jordan's father, and he
Yeah.
did a lot. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
claim, a lot of people said, the word on the street was Michael Jordan was supposed to throw the game. That joint right there didn't, and they took it out on his dad. That's what the word on the street was.
allegedly, right? So I'm
Allegedly, yep,
just saying.
so that's power that they put over you. Like, imagine they tell you, hey, you don't throw the game, I can't promise you your dad gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now you gotta do it. That's all I'm saying. Like,
So actually, they should have never put gambling in sports. Period. Right?
and now we got, listen, my college students got an app. They on there telling me never bet against Patty Mahomes. They got kids that are in college that are betting. They make it too easy. Look, once I signed up with FanDuel and did my little $5 bet, I get texts. Hey, Tommy, you want to bet on the over under? Like, they
Right.
send me these
Right.
little things. We'll give you $300. Pay us a $5 bet today, win, and I'll give you $300 to bet. I'm like, whoa, they're giving me money to bet now.
And then got a nerve to right before you bet. Here's the gambling number. Call this number if
Yeah,
you're
and
addicted.
if you got addiction. And look, now, Doug, my man Doug, plays for the Lakers. I was out with him this weekend. We was at the strip club. I saw Doug get up on the table. He slipped, fell, twisted his ankle. I know Doug ain't playing tomorrow. It's Saturday night. The game's at 4 tomorrow. Doug's not gonna play. Let me get my bet in and say what they got. What's the over under? Oh, Doug gonna make 20. Doug not gonna play tomorrow. I'm gonna take the under for Doug Evans. And not only am I gonna take it, I'm gonna call. Hey, Doug. I'm gonna call all our high school buddies. Yo, Billy, Doug. I was with Doug last night. He done twisted his ankle. Let the people know. Now everybody ran and let it know, because that's what they got. The dude from Miami on.
Right.
That's what they're saying, and I'm saying,
But
wait
look,
a minute.
after he did that, he went home and they all got the money and chopped it up.
But hold it, because I saw Shady on there, and he made a valid point. Doug got a $26 million house. We was going to your house after the game anyway. Hold it, right? We was gonna be drinking at your house anyway. It ain't like I said, hey, Doug, I'm coming over, and then you don't even know. And I look at you and go, Doug, I know you don't know nothing about this, but when you twisted your ankle, I put 50,000 on the under. Here,
That
man.
could happen.
Then I slide it to you, go, man. Here, take this for the kids. What you gonna say? Nah, keep that 30,000, man. I don't need it. No, because you didn't do nothing wrong. We was already gonna be at your house because you my man. You my man. I'm coming to your house.
You got a point. You got a point. Or we out, or we out, and I see you coughing like you all right. You're like, man, I don't know. This cough is, and you're like, really? You're like,
well, and then we saying this. We go back to your house. Where's a better place to count $100,000? At my crib in the acres, or your joint out Short Pump that's worth $5 million? You know what I'm saying? I just won 100,000. Where do I feel the most safest counting my money?
yeah, I think we're gonna go to your crib. I think we're gonna go to your crib.
We're going over Doug.
You got a security system. I just got some. I got some of my homies just outside.
Security cameras. You got people posted outside your door. You got biometrics, the fingerprint to get in.
Yeah.
I got a lock that I slide across the little chain that go on. It's not even to a stud. It's to the trim.
Hey, listen. This is the last take. I was gonna wait till we get our brother Elder uh, McDaniels on the program and talk about this. Did you see the situation when the Winans, Pastor Winans was in church and it went viral when the lady gave $1,000 and that wasn't enough. Did you see that? You didn't see it?
I did. My wife was shaking her head. Yes, she saw it.
Come on, Fat. Hey, well, check this out. Well, check this out, Fat Tom. I got it for you. Check this out.
Giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
So people is getting at him. Oh, people getting at him like, you know, he kind of embarrassed the lady. The problem I didn't like about it is the young kid that was, I don't know if that was his mom or his auntie. I didn't like how the little kid was dressed up and how he talked to the young lady. It did look like some pimps in the pulpit type deal because how she goes, I'm gonna see if I get the other 800. I didn't like the way that looked to the young brother right there, and the young brother looking at somebody. Because I know it was me, I'd have been like, "I told you, mama. That's why I didn't want to come." That's how I felt about it.
Well, let's say that that's the church building fund, and I send everybody out there to raise money for my building, and everybody come in, and everybody that before you then came in with $2,000 and $3,000, and you show up with $1,000 for the building fund. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't believe the church should be pressuring people to give anything. I'm against that. But I've been in several places, including when you go see Minister Farrakhan, right? This is how the Muslims do it, or I've seen it done. They say we trying to raise $50,000. So they go, who got 50? Nobody got 50. Then they say, I need 2 people with $25,000. Now, I've never seen them get in there and you bring 1,000 and then they degrade you. Because I would have looked at
you right, because I went to see Farrakhan and it started at 5,000. Anybody got 2,000, 500. And the guy beside me, I was like, you think they're gonna get the $5? Because that's where I'm at. He said, I don't know. And they don't even get the $5. They say anybody with 50 and below.
Yep, that's what they do. So listen, the person that I think is the greatest at money raising is Jamal Bryant. I did about 4 days with Jamal Bryant, and I watched his ability to raise money. And there's people that have a skill at this. Again, I'm against them pressuring you and making you feel bad. Like they tell people, $100 for a blessing. I'm not throwing no $100 up there so I can walk up to you and shake your hand and you go, be blessed. That don't even work. So really what we need to do is take the whole, see, you know what they've done? They've done the church exactly like the league just did gambling, FanDuel. They collecting is now more about the money and the betting than it is about the game. It's more about the money than it is about the church. It's so much about the money that they can look at you and not appreciate $1,200.
Right.
$1,200.
Right.
Somebody just gave you $1,200 in church, and you got I would have took my $1,200 back.
But what I'm saying is that they wonder why you don't have a lot of black men in church, and that's why I'm looking at the young brother that was there with her. He seemed like he was happy being there to give, and you talk to her like that, and most women don't even let their husband talk to them like that. And why you always let the pastor talk to people like that? The same thing with the sap dude said, close the door, shut the door. Why do they let these guys talk to him like that?
I can tell you this. That probably is why a lot of men ain't in church, because a man would have took his $1,200 back. I'm 99% positive that I would have snatched that check right back out of his hand and said, you're not going to sit up here and talk about me. I've been outside going door to door for the last week taking people's $2 and $3 till I got $1,200, and you act like I ain't done nothing? Nah, no, sir.
And people saying that was just a clip. I watched the whole. It still didn't make any sense how you be, and the people in the background was laughing at her, and I just ain't like it. Did seem like some pimp. Isn't that how when a worker goes to the pimp and he say just $1,200? I told you to. I'm gonna see if I get the rest for you.
You usually get slapped though. He didn't slap her. If he'd have slapped her, that would have been really pimpish right there. Well, you know what? He did slap her. He gave her a verbal slap. He degraded her because it's all about degradation. He degraded her in front for people laughing. You know how bad she must have. She might have rushed back out and show me next Sunday because she might show.
No, she took up for him, which made it worse in my eyes. That's how they do. She took up for him. Said she ain't feel no type of way.
Well, what I would say is this, and I've been saying this: it's 130 churches in Petersburg. We should have no problems, no crime, no homelessness, and no starvation in the city of Petersburg if the churches is doing what they're supposed to do. Because he collected that $1,200, I want an accurate accounting. Like what they should do now is they should post it live in real time. I just gave you $1,200. What every dollar went to, I want to know.
Hey, but I will say this on the behalf of the church. I don't like it when people that don't go to church go to the church and ask for money all the time, because the money is not coming from out the sky. Somebody, like I know people like, yo, they go to church, I need help with my rent, but they don't go to that church. So it's just not an unlimited supply. There's not a bank. There's not an unlimited supply of money there.
I'm gonna give you some pushback because I was at church one time and I know a person that went there for rent, and she was telling the pastor, I done paid faithfully for the last year, and now I need $300. And
but you said she went
you $300.
But like you said she went to that church, right?
Yes, but
right.
here's
I'm talking about.
She didn't get the $300. So I'm saying the church told her no. So really, I should be able to show up at Metropolitan tomorrow. I ain't a member or nothing, because listen, God ain't asked me to be a member. I need my electric on.
But how they supposed to? They supposed to supply the whole community if people need help.
Let me ask a question. When the drug dealers sell all the drugs, do they just give clients turkeys, or do they give the whole community turkeys? They give the whole community turkeys. So he collecting up this money, like he doing it like a drug dealer. He collecting all this money and now give it to the people. I don't think that I have to be a member, because the church is there to serve the community. Doesn't matter.
You don't think they'll run out of money sooner or later?
At the way he getting $1,200? Nope, I don't think so. Let me know when he run out, because I haven't seen a church close in my lifetime. Let me know when a church closed. I ain't seen a church close. Look, it's a dude that got a church on Halifax Street, and he driving 2024 black Rolls Royce and a 2024 white Bentley. Okay, I watch him switch up. Some days the black car parked there. Some days the car costs more than the church. And I'm going, what in the world? He got two. He got $300,000 worth of cars. I couldn't give him nothing. Like, unless he worked at Philip Morris, he an engineer, and he bought that with his salary. If you're telling me he's a full-time pastor, then I got a problem with that. Because look, they got cars. When it's time for them to add, if the pastor say he need a new car, they could take up a collection for him. If the pastor try to send his kids to college, they take up a collection for him. So you telling me that me, just a man in the community that work hard every day, I clean up the paper. I don't go to no church. I just clean and work with the kids all the time. And now hard times have fell upon me. I can't just go to all 130 churches saying, look, I need some help. 130 churches, I'm going to every last one of them, say, look, if each one, I'm gonna do like them. If each one of y'all give me 2,000, or 10 of y'all can give me 100, 20 of y'all give me 100, 10 of y'all give me 200. Just like they do us.
I don't know. I just think you should put something in to get something out, man. I just don't think you could just keep coming and just think they're supposed to just have it. I don't agree with that. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one.
He's asking me, and he ain't putting nothing in the community. If you tell me the church built a basketball court. If you tell me the church got a after school tutoring program to help the kids, because when I look around, I don't see them in the community. I don't see them participating in the cleanups. I don't see them rallying for the shootings that's going on around here. Where they at? So they are asking the community to give. So my question is, what are they giving back to the community? That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're saying that I shouldn't go in as a community member and ask all 130 churches, I'm going to go, okay. So now the 130 churches, can you tell me what they've done for the community? Because they get to exist on my block tax free. You do realize the government don't charge them no taxes.
Right.
So they're not paying taxes. How come when I ride down the street, they're not giving away food, but 2 times a year? They give away backpacks at the back to school time and turkeys at Thanksgiving. What about the other 333 days of the year? Point to it. Tell me what they're doing. What about running a after school basketball program? What about running an after school tutoring program? What about babysitting the kids after school? You know how many kids and people in Petersburg say they don't have nobody watch their kids after school? Why the church is not open so that I can just drop my kids off? I should be able to just take my kids there, drop them off, let them go there, and you watch them. Then I'll be, look, if I could not have to pay daycare, I'd love to give the church $200 a week because that's my daycare money. So maybe the church should figure out how to do things that support the community, and then they wouldn't have to ask. Why is the church asking for money when they have all them people in there that they could actually raise money? They could have a bake sale. Give me something for my $1,200. What did she get but humiliated? Wow. Tell me that. All she got was not just humiliated in front of the church. The clip then went viral. So she got humiliated in front of the world for bringing a pastor $1,200, bro. I don't have no mercy for him. None.
All right, Fat Tommy. Thank you. I appreciate you. Be safe, bro.
All right. Peace.
Peace.